Welcome top news today.
Donald Trump was pretty peeved when Forbes magazine estimated his net worth at $4.5 billion in 2015, after Trump had put his own value at more than $10 billion. "All I can say is Forbes is a bankrupt magazine, doesn't know what they're talking about," Trump said at the time, in an interview with Forbes. Now that Trump is president, his administration seems to think Forbes does know what it's talking about after all. The Treasury Department on Monday released a list of 96 Russian business executives who could face U.S. sanctions for their alleged proximity to the Kremlin. Instead of compiling the list through a serious, independent review, however, the department appeared to have simply copied Forbes' list of 96 Russians with estimated net worths of at least $1 billion. BuzzFeed reported Tuesday that a Treasury official confirmed the use of Forbes as a source when asked if there is any truth to the criticisms that the Treasury list was inspired or derived in some way from the Forbes list. A Treasury spokesperson said, "Yes. The names of a net worth of oligarchs in the unclassified version of the report were selected based on objective criteria drawn from publicly available sources," the official said, speaking on the condition of anonymity. "There are a few potential problems here. One is that $1 billion is a nice, round number but a rather arbitrary standard. Being worth $1 billion does not on its own equate to troubling Kremlin connections, nor does being worth a mere $999 million make someone squeaky clean." The Treasury Department submitted the list to Congress to comply with the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act of 2017, but the copy-paste nature of the list suggests that the Trump administration did not take its charge seriously. Adam Smith, a former Treasury official who worked on sanctions against Russia, told The Washington Post that the list was just a mechanical fulfillment of a legal requirement, with nothing subjective or interpretive. In related news, the State Department said Monday that it would not impose the Russian sanctions Congress passed last year. Another problem is the authority of the Forbes list itself. It is hyperbolic to claim, as Trump did, that Forbes does not know what it is talking about, but the magazine's estimates of net worth are just that, estimates based on the best information financial journalists can gather. Leonid Bershitsky, a former editorial director and publisher of Forbes Russia, wrote this in a column for Bloomberg View. "I'm flattered that the U.S. government chose it as an unassailably authoritative source on who counts as an oligarch in Russia. I also know that Forbes Russia has never pretended that its rich list was complete or that the wealth estimates were accurate." Trump's attacks on the media's credibility are often over the top, but this is a case where his administration maybe should have put a little less faith in a news account and done some research of its own.